Hi, Ernie.
Good morning.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good morning.
I
Where are we
have
holding? Where are we?
69.
69 Samech Tes.
Oh, there we are. Okay.
Shama Avia Vehefar Law. If the father of the girl, we're talking about a Nara Mayrasa, heard her make a neder and annulled it. Lohistik Baal Lishmoa Achemes. The Baal died, never heard the neder. Choizer Ha'av Umefer Chelko Shel Baal. In that setting, the father can now annul the part that belonged to the husband. The Ran says, "Haidik tani choizer lo sheyachzor lahafir ma shehifer kvar." He doesn't re-annul what he annulled. Dahainu chelko shalav, meaning his chelik. Elaki tani choizer mishum shekvar hefer chelko. He already annulled his part. Va'achshav choizer umefer chelko shalbal. Now he's annulling the part that belonged to the husband. Ein tzarich sheyachzor v'yafer chelik hatzim. He doesn't have to redo his part. Mishum dekevan de'ilam, he didn't die. Alpha gav to misli bal. No batla for the nullification of the father doesn't go away. Rav Nason, hein dibri Beis Shammai. That's all fine and good according to Beis Shammai. Beis Hillel ein yachol lahafir. Beis Hillel says that if the father had nullified and then the husband died, the father doesn't have the neder can't get annulled. The Ran says, "I feel choizer mei for chelko b'chelik habal." Yishum del Beis Shammai make his gayas. According to Beis Shammai, we had a debate yesterday. When one of the parties annuls, does it like tear it up? His chelik means his part gets annulled. The part of the husband stays as is, and it's the choshuv lo rishalav. It like gets inherited by the father because it's choshuv. So that's why according to Beis Shammai, the father can come back and annul the part of the husband after the husband died. However, the Beis Hillel miklish kolish, it weakens the whole neder. It also weakens the Baal's chelik. Therefore, it's not chashuv anymore for the father to inherit. The cave and the akasi is saying his hafar of the husband's part doesn't work. And that's why the Gemara says, "Amrav Nasan Heinin Dibur Beishamai Beisilum Ein Yachalaf Shmamina." The Beishamai make his guys. The Beisilum Miklish Kolish Shmamina. Good raya. Boy Rava. Yesh she'ela b'hakim or ain't she'ela b'hakim? One of the parties, let's say a husband is married. We're not talking about Nara Maras anymore. Any husband or father with a bitoktana, each one of those people have a complete right to annul the neder that they heard. Or they can be makayim the neder. They can say, kayim lach. I am makuyim your neder. So the Gemara's question now is if they're makuyim the neder, when they go to a chacham, just like you can go to a chacham when you make a neder and ask a chacham, a shaila, to undo it, can you go to a chacham and undo the kiyum? And if you're going to answer me that yes, it's not any different than if the person made a de novo neder, that you can go to a chacham to undo it. If you're going to answer me that yes, you could ask a shaila regarding kiyum, I'll ask another question. Yesh sheila b'hafer or ain't sheila b'hafer? Let's say you annulled your wife's neder. Can you go to a chacham to undo the annulment and now be mekayim it? So Toshma, Rav Yochanan, nishalim alahakim v'nishalim alahafer. Rav Yochanan brings down halacha that if a person was mekayim in neder, you can ask a chacham, but if you annulled it, you cannot go back on that. Once it's gone, it's gone. Boy Rabbo. Kayim lechi, kayim lechi. After he hears his wife's neder, a person says twice, it's makuyim. V'nishal al hakama rishona. And he went to a chacham to undo the initial kiyum. He didn't ask about the second time that he said kayim lach. So maybe the neder goes away automatically because he was mevatel the first and sort of it's dependent on the first. Or maybe since he left that one alone, the neder is still extant. Toshma, Gamarava, Im nishal ala rishona shniya chala alav. If he was mekayim twice, and he asked the chacham to undo the original kiyum, the second neder is a chal, doesn't go away. And all of these are the halacha. Boy Rabbo. Kayim lechi umufr lechi. You say to the wife after she makes neder, it's makuyim. But then he immediately says, but it's a no. Below techel hakama, and the kiyum should not have a chalois, ela inkin chala hafara, unless there's a kiyum, a chalois of the hafara. Mahu. Lashma. He looked at Rav Meir and Rav Yossi. We'll learn the answer based on the machlokas that Rav Meir and Rav Yossi have. This not. By kodshim, we have a concept of tmura. If I make an animal a shlomim, a rezu shlomim, and there's another animal standing nearby, and I say, I want that to be a tmura of that. So what that means is the new animal that you pointed to also becomes a shlomim. But there's certain specific dinim in tmura. I can't make a tmuras chatas and other ramifications. So let's say I use language, harezu tmuras oila tmuras shlomim. I want this animal to be a tmura of an ola and a shlom. So harezu tmuras oila div Rav Meir. According to Rav Meir, you go after the first deep word. You go after what he uttered first. He said tmuras ola. Oh, okay. Once you said that, the animal becomes a tmur of an ola. We ignore what he said in the second breath. Rabbi Yossi Omer, im lekach niskavin mitchila, if he didn't change his mind after he said harezu tmuras ola, but rather, if we ask him, what was your original kavanah? And he says, oh, I wanted to make it both a tmuras ola and a tmuras shlomim. Only Hashem can say Shomer v'Zocher b'dibur echad. It's impossible for a human being to say two words at the same time. So you have no breira. If you want to make something a Tmuras Ola and a Tmuras Shlomim, you have to do it in two enunciations. You have to say Harezu Tmuras Ola, Tmuras Shlomim. No other way. Dvar of Kayomim. So according to Rav Yossi, it'll have aspects of an Ola and a Shlomim. Now, if you Rav Meir look Omar, and when Rav Meir said that only the first lashon takes hold, the lo amar lo techel zu ela imken chalazu. It's the reason why he says only the first one takes hold because he didn't add the phraseology of this should not have a chalois unless this has a chalois. If he does say lo techel hakama ela imken chalafara, that's over there. But regarding what he said to his wife, where he said kuyim lach v'hefer lach, and he added the terminology lo techel hakama ela imken chalafara, the kiyum will not have a chalois unless the hafara has a chalois. Reb Meir nami moed hafara chala, even though normally Reb Meir rejects using two languages, right? We said Harezu Tmura Oila Tmura Shlami. So Reb Meir says Tofas Lashon Rishon. He only has a chalois. Only the first one has a chalois. But regarding the neder that the guy made, there it will say that he will be moed that not only will the neder be mukuyim, but it'll also be mufer. We don't just say there's hakama and we ignore it, since he connected the two together, they both have a chalois. And says the Rambam Shulchan Aruch, Omer lakayim lach umufer lach. And you say v'lo toch lakama elam ken chala hafara, raise a mufer. But the Ramah says, some say the kuyim, but the basic halach is like the Gemara. Boy Rabba. Chayim u'mufr lechi b'vasachas. Now, he says it should be makuyim and banal in one shot. What's the difference? Toshma Adam Rabba. Something that cannot follow sequentially, will not work even if you do it at the same time. So since you cannot be Mekayim and Mefer b'zachar zeh, unless you use special terminology like we said, so here, when you said it, b'vasachas, it also is not chal. We learned it's only chal if you add that language of lo techel hakama elam ken chala hafara. But the kaim u'mufer l'chti b'vasachas won't work because it won't work sequentially. And the Rambam Shulchan Aruch in Yordei says the same thing. Ha'omer kaim lach u'mufer lach ein kan lo yakam v'lo hafara. Then he can still, the neder still is around, where he can then, it's as if he didn't say anything. And he still can decide later on, I can either mekuyim it, or I can be made for it. But that terminology alone doesn't have any meaning. Boy Rabba. Chaim lechi hayom now. He says, it should be mekuyim today. So, Iaminan kimanda amar la mufer lechi lemachar. It's as if he said to her, this is annulled tomorrow. He never said the Feirush that the neder is mufer completely today. And then the Gemara is going to have a whole discussion why this either works or it doesn't work. We'll leave this for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to try to do 2 blot. Tomorrow night. And that way, because I'm not going to be able to learn Saturday night because I'm going to be on a plane coming back Saturday night. And then on Sunday, we'll learn the regular Sunday night. I'll be, because we're coming back Sunday morning, so it shouldn't be a problem.
I still don't understand when he says Harizu Trumas Ola, Trumas Shlomim. What is exact opposite? What is Ola?